March Madness 2015, and out of the Midwest region on day 2 of the round of 32, we had the number 5 seeded West Virginia Mountaineers versus the number 4 seeded Maryland Terrapins. And this was a tight game through the first half. These two teams were trading the lead back and forth, and it was a 1-point lead for West Virginia at halftime with the score 35-34. But then in the second half, Melo Trimble would end up having to leave the game due to some head trauma. And at that point, West Virginia would end up taking over. They took control, and they would ride out the wave throughout the second half as they ended up winning this one by double digits with a basket as time expired to make the final score West Virginia 69, Maryland 59. So technically an upset, although it's a 5 versus a 4, so it's not a huge upset. These teams were pretty evenly matched. The Terrapins were actually out shooting the Mountaineers, and they actually were from both the field and from three-point land. Of course, West Virginia did have 5 more free throw shots that they made. These teams were even on the glass as they both had 32 rebounds, but West Virginia was moving the ball around better. They had 11 assists versus just 7 assists for the Terps. And really the big difference was the steals. They were forcing turnovers. They had 15 steals versus 4 for the Terps. So the Mountaineers were taking the ball away from Maryland as Melo Trimble wasn't in there to protect the ball. When he came out the game, it was just all West Virginia as Maryland just fell apart. It's, sad to see the game go that way. But West Virginia is dancing on to the Sweet 16 where they will be facing Kentucky. And they're going to have their hands full against the number 1 seeded Wildcats on Thursday, March 26th. That game's going to be happening at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will definitely bring you the summary of that game. But as for this one, if we look at the numbers, the stat lines, 4 of the 5 starters for West Virginia were in double digits as Devin Williams had 16 points, 10 boards, 2 assists, and a steal. So a double-double for Devin Williams. Gary Browne had 14 points, 3 boards, and 5 steals. Jonathan Holton had 12 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. Daxter Miles Jr. had 12 points, 2 boards, and 2 assists. And Juwan Stanton had 6 points, 2 boards, 6 assists, and a steal to round out the starting 5. And Tariq Phillip came off the bench for 6 points, 4 boards, an assist, and a steal. And Javon Carter coming off the bench, just 3 points, but he had 3 boards, an assist, and 6 steals off the bench for Javon Carter of the West Virginia Mountaineers. And for the Terps, Melo Trimble, before he came out the game, he had 15.7 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal. But he came out the game, and the Mountaineers are dancing on to the Sweet 16 with the final score, West Virginia 69, Maryland 59.